All right, Judge, I'm gonna go ahead and close off those rooms.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Give us 1 second, ma'am. We're about to begin the meeting. Give us, if you can please stay on mute.
Hello.
Alrighty, Judge, looks like everyone's back in the main room. Whenever you are ready, you can begin.
All right, thank you. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Judge Nadine Nieto, and I'm your judge at the 285th District Court. It is my pleasure to welcome you to jury service. Thank you for your cooperation in performing this civic duty with us today. I assure you that we will do everything we can to make sure that your time with us is a pleasant and rewarding experience. If you are now or have ever been a member of our military, thank you for your service. For jury service, please remember that the one thing we need from you is to be truthful and to answer the questions asked of you as completely as you can. If you are not selected on a jury, please do not think your time has been wasted. Under our system of law, we must have more panel members than we actually use on a jury. And of course, we could not accomplish this without your participation. Before sending you over to the courts, I need to cover certain qualifications and exemptions with you. To serve on this jury, certain qualifications you must meet. Please listen carefully. If you are not qualified and you sit on a jury, the case might need to be retried and everyone's time will have been wasted. Here are the qualifications. You must be at least 18 years of age. You must be a citizen of the United States, a resident of Texas and of Bexar County. You must be qualified under the Constitution and laws to vote in Bexar County. You must be of sound mind and good moral character. You must be able to read and write. You must not have served as a petit juror for 6 days during the preceding 3 months in Bexar County or during the preceding 6 months in the district court. You must not have been convicted of misdemeanor theft or a felony, and you must not currently be under indictment or other legal accusation for misdemeanor theft or a felony. Now, in addition to these disqualifications, the law provides for certain exemptions. These individuals are not disqualified, but are entitled to claim an exemption if they wish. If you waive your exemption and choose to serve, we would be pleased to have you. The decision is yours. Now, the following persons are entitled to claim an exemption from jury service. You may claim an exemption if you are over 70 years of age, if you have legal custody of a child or children younger than 12, and this requires leaving the child or children without adequate supervision. You have an exemption if you are a student of a public or private secondary school. If you are enrolled in an actual attendance at an institution of higher education. If you are an officer or an employee of the Senate, the House of Representatives, or any department, commission, board, or other agency in the legislative branch of state government. If you are the primary caretaker of a person who is an invalid and unable to care for himself or herself. If you are summoned for service in a county with a population of at least 250,000 and have served as a petit juror in Bexar County during the 3-year period preceding the date that you appear for jury service. Or if you are a member of the United States military forces serving on active duty and deployed to a location away from your home and out of your county of residence. Now, there are additional exemptions. For example, any person who has an inability to comprehend or communicate in the English language that makes it impossible or very difficult for the person to serve on a jury, or if you have a physical or mental impairment that makes it impossible or very difficult for you to serve on a jury. Now, in order for me to consider an exemption for inability to comprehend English, or you will need to fill out an affidavit. In order for me to consider an exemption for a physical or mental impairment, you will need to fill out an affidavit and also attach a statement from your physician. Finally, some of you may have business or travel plans, a sickness in the family, economic hardships, financial hardships, work situations, or other problems which have come up that make jury service particularly inconvenient for you today. State law does not permit me to excuse you from jury service because of these problems. But you can bring this up to the judge in the courtroom which you will be assigned, and then that judge will make the decision about whether to excuse you or not. At this time, I'm going to administer to you the oath of service, and I request that each of you raise your right hand. Do you, and each of you, solemnly swear or affirm that you will make true answers to such questions as may be propounded to you by the court or under its directions, touching your service and qualifications as a juror? So help you God.
I do.
I
I
do.
do.
I 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 do.
I
I
do.
do.
Yes.
I do.
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 Very good. Very good, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much
I
for
do.
taking the oath and for swearing that you will honestly answer these questions. It really does, it always reaffirms my hope in the judicial process, and always makes me very pleased to be a part of the judicial system when we have jurors like you that swear to do what you need to do in order to give everyone a fair trial. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to share with you some of our safety protocols at the courthouse complex. Now, if any of the following applies to you, please contact the court that you've been assigned prior to coming to the courthouse. The number will be provided to you in a separate breakout room. If you have a fever, cough, nausea, sore throat, muscle aches, malaise, diarrhea, shortness of breath, vomiting, recent loss of taste or smell, if you are sick and not feeling well, if you are under quarantine for COVID-19, if you have tested positive for COVID-19, if you have had contact with someone who has tested positive with COVID-19. Special Order 72711, issued December 17th of 2021, is the order in effect which controls use of masks and social distancing within the courthouse complex for those conducting court business, which includes juror service. This order uses the City of San Antonio's COVID-19 dashboard to determine when masks and social distancing are required. Currently, We are at a medium transmission for COVID-19. You can scan the QR code to check the risk level. If the city remains at a medium transmission, face coverings are not required, but strongly encouraged for all unvaccinated individuals entering the Bexar County Courthouse and central jury room for court business. Social distancing of 3 feet is required for all in-person proceedings. Judges are allowed to have more stringent standards in their courtrooms and may require you to wear a mask and social distance. You will be placed on a panel and you will report in person to the assigned court. You will have to drive in person to the courthouse. You will receive instructions when you are in the breakout room. You will also receive an email with all the information. The central jury room and the courts will be disinfected prior to your arrival. The jury room and the courts will have several sanitizing stations available. One will be located at the entrance of the central jury office. You will have the opportunity to speak to the judge regarding a disqualification, legal exemption, and health concerns regarding COVID. Finally, once you are placed in the jury room, on a jury panel, I should say, you will receive an email with your report date, location, and on the report date, it will have the following. Do not enter the courtroom. If you arrive early, more than 15 minutes before your designated time, do not congregate in the hallways of the Justice Center, and do not enter the assigned courtroom. Instead, you should wait in the cafeteria located in the basement of the Justice Center until your designated time of arrival. If you arrive at your designated time, please do not enter the courtroom. Wait outside the courtroom. Court personnel will greet you in the hallway and give you further instructions. This is to avoid the possibility of you witnessing any pretrial matters for the trial upon which you may serve as a juror. It is very important that you follow these instructions. Now, you will see a short video.
Hello, I'm Rosie Alvarado, Local Administrative Judge of Bexar County, Texas. Your local judges want participants of in-person court proceedings to take part in these proceedings in the safest manner possible. This short video provides an overview of the health and safety protocols implemented in the Bexar County complex. We, the courts, rely on the safety recommendations of the CDC and the San Antonio Metro Health Advisors. We have confidence that these protocols meet the current and best practices to keep all court staff, practitioners, and the public safe during their visit at the courthouse. We look forward to seeing you in court.
Visitors to the Bexar County Court Complex can feel confident the courts are exercising best practices regarding health and safety. Hospital-grade UVC light air sanitizers have been installed in the air handlers in all Bexar County-owned buildings. There are also 74 freestanding hospital-grade commercial HEPA air filters available to use. Foot-operated sanitizer dispensers are available at each building entrance, courtroom entrance, and at elevators. Courtrooms have been outfitted with plexiglass shields and distanced layouts. Courthouse staff are protected by plexiglass shields. Judges may require face coverings and maximum social distancing in their own courtrooms. When entering the building, please maintain social distance protocols. The court complex is comprised of 3 buildings: the historic Bexar County Courthouse, the Cadena Reeves Justice Center, and the Paul Elizondo Tower. The historic courthouse houses the probate courts, the civil district courts, and the civil county courts at law. The Dolorosa entrance and Nueva entrance have stairs. The accessible entrance is through the Heritage Center. The Cadena Reeves Justice Center houses the 4th Court of Appeals, the criminal district courts, and the criminal county courts at law. This building has an accessible entrance on Dolorosa. The Paul Elizondo Tower houses the Office of the District Attorney and a select number of courts. This building has one accessible entrance on Nueva. Our courts will continue to operate with the most current information and in consideration of the health and safety of our community. We look forward to seeing you.